I welcome you to the Messiah Revelation Ministry. We are a prophetic channel. We are preparing the world for the arrival of the Messiah, Yeshua, Jesus Christ. The final trumpet of heaven has sounded. Whatever you see, whatever you hear in the world is part of the struggle, the final battle between Elohim and Satan, the prince of this world. The battle is going to an end, and both sides are preparing. The Messiah and his angels are preparing. Lucifer and his angels are also preparing. And the question we are asking is a prophetic one. Are they preparing for the last war? When I say they, I'm talking about Lucifer and his agents. Are they preparing for the last war? What war is that? They are preparing for World War III, and I believe that will be the last war. They are preparing for it because it is the war that will lead to the final battle, the battle of Armageddon. That battle will come when the Messiah and his forces will wage a battle against the Antichrist, and the Antichrist and the false prophet will be cast into the lake of fire. So we are living in prophetic times, and that's why we are asking the question, are they preparing for the last war? I thank members of the channel for watching the videos, subscribing to the channel, even though you have to understand that a channel dedicated to end time is not one of those channels that will be appreciated by the forces. Salvation is not based upon numbers. Salvation is based upon those who worship the Most High in spirit and in truth. It is not everybody who says, Lord, Lord, will enter the kingdom of heaven, but those who do the will of the Father, Elohim, who is in heaven. I thank our member who normally sends me videos and other information through my email, raptureafrica@yahoo.com, small letters. And you send me a video and I watch it, and I think it's important for me to comment on the video. In this presentation, the presenter was talking about how they planned World War One, World War II, and World War III. And before I go into the world wars, World War One, World War II, World War III, I have to tell you the architects of the wars and the reason why they plan the wars. The presenter made mention of gentleman Albert Pike. So I did a research on Albert Pike, and let me see the research. Albert Pike Memorial, for those who live in the United States. Albert Pike Memorial is a public artwork in Washington, D.C., erected in 1901 and partially demolished in 2020 by protesters responding to the murder of George Floyd. It honors Albert Pike, born 1809, died 1891, a senior officer of the Confederate States Army, as well as a poet, lawyer, influential figure in the Scottish Rite of Freemasonry. So Albert Pike, they consider him as a hero. They have a memorial for him in Washington, D.C. His record is that he was a 33-degree Mason, and he is one of the people mentioned in the video that was sent to me. And another person mentioned in the video was William Guy Carr, and he wrote a book, Satan, the Prince of this World. And information is power, because through information you will know the forces that planned World War One, World War Two, and those who are planning World War Three. And so, based upon the video, World War One was planned. The same forces, they planned World War One to turn the czars in Russia to communism. World War One, the objective was to turn Russia into communism. And why would they turn Russia into communism? Definitely, communists don't believe in God. It's part of the Luciferian plan to create a godless society that does not believe in God. And so communism will be a strategy, and World War One was targeted to turning Russia into a communist state. And World War Two. World War Two was planned to establish the state of Israel. It was part of the plan. And the second part of the plan was to expand communist control over Europe. And that was the reason, or the major reason, behind World War II. And according to the presentation, World War III is targeting, or is planned, or will be planned, or has been planned for establishing the New World Order. As you are aware, the New World Order is the order that will be necessary for the Antichrist. And as part of World War III, the planners, they will use Islam against the West. So they will instigate confrontation between the Islamic world and the West, and then they will turn the world into Luciferianism. And definitely, as part of the plan, they will use Islam against the West. And finally, they will destroy Israel, and in its place, they will create a Luciferian world. And the presentation went further and gave some indications and talk about the event of 2001, and that happened in United States. You know the event that happened in 2001, and it was a pretext for United States attacking Iraq and waging war in the Middle East. As part of the plan to use Islam to destroy the West, there are so many things happening, and the presenter made mention of the migrant crisis going on in the United States, particularly at the southern borders of the United States. Migrants coming from the Middle East, Islamic nations. The presenter also made mention of the fact that in England, some parts of England, they respect the Sharia law, and how would Great Britain allow Sharia law to operate in England? And you also remember the withdrawal of US troops from Afghanistan, and the commotion and the airlifting of people to United States. The presenter indicates that these are all part of the plan to use Islam to destroy the Western civilization, and in the end, they will turn against Islam and usher in a Luciferian system. So that is the agenda of the people behind the wars: First World War, Second World War, and the impending World War III. The presenter um, quoted two former presidents of the United States, and everybody knows that these presidents are the major architects behind the New World Order. Bush number two and Bush number one. And the elder Bush, who passed away, he said that the New World Order will fulfill the vision of the founding fathers of the United States. He articulated the New World Order, I believe, in early 1990s, and he made a speech and he used the phrase New World Order. And he said it will fulfill the vision of the founding fathers of Babylon, United States. And I believe that it is part of the vision of Albert Spike, who has a memorial created for him in Washington, D.C., a 33-degree Freemason whose ideas about the world has influenced the planners of the wars, World War One, World War Two, and the impending World War III. I would describe it as the last war, because based upon revelation given to me on August 27, 2013, the final trumpet of heaven has sounded. And so if there's going to be a war at all, I believe that will be the last world war, and it will be the war of all wars. And when you hear a presentation like this, you know that the end is here. The end is here, and you need to prepare, accept the message of salvation, work for your own salvation with fear and trembling. Philippians 2, verse 12 is telling you to work for your salvation with fear and trembling. We are in the last days. They are preparing for the final war, World War III. And that war is a war that will be used to initiate the beast system, initiate the kingdom of the Antichrist, initiate the kingdom of the one who will be the lawless one, the man of sin and the son of perdition. People don't like wars, but it's not everybody who doesn't like wars. People like wars, and Albert Spike and his associate, they plan for these wars. The Freemasons like these wars because it is part of their agenda to initiate a global system. They are doing it from all angles: economic angle, political angle, military angle, and all indications show that they are preparing for a major war. All of a sudden, you saw the event of October 7 in Israel, and all of a sudden you see a display of military armada of ships. I don't know the words to use. Armada of ships, Gerald R. Ford aircraft carrier, Bush aircraft carrier, Obama aircraft carrier, all carriers, all aircrafts of the U.S. war machine are displayed. What are they doing? They know something, they are planning for something. And even Biden said that America will lead the new world order. And I'm not surprised. He should say that because anytime the American president is inaugurated on January 20th, the year of inauguration, the Freemason engage in a special rituals to invoke, to chant for the God of the Freemason to inhabit the President of the United States. And no wonder that Biden said America will lead the new world order. And they are preparing for the new world order. And the new world order will not come without a fight. And it will be a fight on a global scale. It will be a war. And they are preparing for the war, World War III. It is on the charter and the internet, and the statement that people are making, leaders of the world, they all indicate that they are preparing for war from both sides, from Israel, from Turkey, from Iran, from China, from Russia, and from United States. Their maneuvers and mandates, their movements, all signal that they are preparing for World War III. And so I will encourage you to do more research about Albert Pike and the 33-degree Freemason and a hero and one of the architects behind the New World Order. His ideas have influenced the New World Order. And I thank the member of the channel who sent the video to me. The video is very informative. And as I said, the First World War was planned to turn Russia into a communist state. The Second World War was planned to establish the state of Israel and also to expand communist control over Europe. And the Third World War specifically is designed to initiate the New World Order, and then they will bring the Antichrist, the man of sin, the man of lawlessness, the one who is going to implement the agenda that is in Revelation 13, a world system with a financial mechanism which will prevent people from buying and selling without having a mark. And they will do that. And the infrastructure is already available. The architecture of AI, artificial intelligence, is already around. Digital currency system is already around. Biometric identification system, they are around. They have the expertise and they have the mindset. The mindset is a Luciferian mindset, a mindset that is geared towards the agenda of Lucifer. And Lucifer has his agenda, the agenda to rule the world through his incarnate, the Antichrist. And Lucifer is going to demand worship on a global scale, and it is the final incidents of disobedience and rebellion against the Most High who created the universe. And so when you hear about World War III, it is not a conspiracy. It is being planned behind the scenes, and the Lord who created the universe is aware of what they are doing. And based upon a vision that I saw in 2017, a major event will come in the world, and that will be the trigger for the tribulation and also for the rapture. I want to repeat that the rapture is real. I know some people don't believe in the rapture, but based upon revelation, the rapture is rare. It will come soon, and it will coincide with a global event. I don't know the event that will happen, but I believe it will be an event like a war, and they are preparing for that. Don't let any liar deceive you, whether the liar is a president or the liar is the Pope. Lucifer is their father, and their father is a liar, and you will not expect any truth to come from their mouth, even when they swear under oath using the Bible. Whatever comes from their mouth is not the truth, because they are the children of disobedience, and their father has a manifesto to destroy the world based upon John 10 verse 10, and their manifesto is to initiate a war on a global scale, a nuclear war of the intent to kill so many people. And prophetically and spiritually, this war is part of Satan's strategy to populate hell with so many souls. It's your responsibility to take people out of fire based upon the admonition given to us in Jude verse 23. It's your responsibility to prevent people from getting into fire. As you are watching this video, you have to be aware that the World War III that they are planning was planned a long time ago. Is based upon the manifesto of the sons of disobedience and the children of Lucifer. These are coming from the the planning rooms and covens of occult, the Freemasons who inserted the word Novo Order Seclorum on the American dollar. And it is not only it's not only Albert Pike. It's not only him. There are so many of them. Presidents, they openly support the New World Order, and they are saying America will lead the New World Order. And so they are making it very plain that America is the Babylon spoken of in the book of Revelation. And so many people are miseducated and misinformed, and the blame is put on the so-called evangelicals who are spiritually blind. They are not aware of what is going on, and even if they are aware of what is going on, they are not able to say it because they operate 501c corporations, tax exempted corporations, tax exempted entities under IRS law 501c, and they are not able to tell the truth. And some of them have sold their souls to the devil, and they are part of the Illuminati, they are part of the Freemason, and so they don't care what is happening. But for you, your salvation is your hands. You work for your salvation with fear and trembling. Know the time that we are in. They are preparing for the last war, World War III, intended to initiate the New World Order and to install the Antichrist, their man, their main man, their body, their body, their brother, and their tormentor in chief, the man of sin, who is going to implement the agenda of Lucifer, the agenda of Satan in the last days. Don't take these times, take this time seriously. Don't joke about these times. Don't look at the times with just casual outlook. it's prophetic time that we are in. And don't let them call this information conspiracy theory. Conspiracy theory is a term used by the children of Lucifer to blind people, and they even say the book of Revelation is a conspiracy and it's part of Satan's agenda to blind so many people. Lo and behold, even the pastors are blind, and Satan has blinded them. Some of them have been bought with money, some of them have been bought with power, and some of them Satan can buy them with women, with sex with boys and girls, and so that they will not preach the gospel of salvation, so that they will not warn about the war that they are preparing. They are preparing for the last war, and it shows that the end is here. They prepared for the First World War, they planned for the Second World War, and they are planning and ready for the last war, World War III. And don't be surprised, because based upon revelation given to me on August 27, 2013, the final trumpet of heaven has sounded. And so the conspiracy theories, quote unquote, the lies, quote unquote, they are all part of the deception tactics of Lucifer and his agents. The Lord said in Matthew 24, verse 4, let no man deceive you, including the man who swore on the Bible, put his hand on the Bible to be the president of your country, including the pastor who preaches from the pulpit, from the Bible, but he doesn't tell the truth. They all know what is going on, but they are part of the Luciferian system. And their father, Lucifer, is planning a war that will be a last war. It will be the war to initiate the new world order and to install the agent of Satan, the Antichrist, who will implement his agenda for the last days. I'm leaving the links of this video in the description box. And I thank you, the member of the channel who sends me the videos. I realize you have been sending so many videos of late. And I know that you are aware that time is up. We don't have any time at all. There will be a time the angel will sound his trumpet and say, there's no longer time. Revelation 10, verse 6. An angel of the Lord blew his trumpet and said, there's no longer time. Behold, they are preparing for their last war, World War III. Thank you for watching this video.